As the world mourns Pope Francis, history's most secretive transfer of power begins. White smoke, the path to a new pope, guides you through this momentous transition. We explain exactly what happens next, leading to the dramatic conclave vote. Learn how each ritual unfolds, what each tradition means, and why these ancient ceremonies still matter today. Follow along as the throne of St. Peter stands empty and a new chapter in church history begins. White Smoke, available wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you know what a group of flamingos is called? That's just one of thousands of facts you'll discover on 5 daily trivia questions. Hi, I'm Mark Ellison. Join me every weekday for 5 mind-expanding questions about everything from ancient history to modern technology. Perfect for impressing friends or dominating your next pub quiz. 5 daily trivia questions. And the answer, a group of flamingos, is called a flamboyance. 5 daily trivia questions.
Caloroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. Good news for a goose. The goose was found at an elevation of 10,000 feet on Mount Shasta in California. The U.S. Forest Service said rangers stationed in the mountains came to the rescue of a particularly unprepared Mount Shasta climber, the goose. They said on social media, rangers were on a routine patrol when they found a goose that somehow was at 10,000 feet. The post said, upon our rangers' arrival, the climber had on only 1 layer of down. I see what you did there, and was neither prepared for the temperature nor overnight camping. The rangers say they were able to offer the goose a quick descent to a local pond at lower elevations before returning to regular duties. I have some questions for the goose, but I guess those are going to go unanswered. Meanwhile, the Kent Police Department said on social media that 2 goats were spotted and detained for bad behavior. Is this the new thing that the cops find an animal and do funny puns on social media? I'm smiling. Why not? Their post said, we're not sure where the goats came from, but the 2 of them got it into their heads that chasing people would be a good time. Don't goat us wrong. They're very cute, but no kidding around. It's not okay for people or goats to chase others. The department says when asked why they were being so aggressive, one of the goats bleated that he was just feeling a bit bad today. The goats were not booked for their nefarious acts, but were given a comfy ride to the King County Animal Shelter. Officials are trying to find the owner of the goats. Got another message in a bottle. An engineer was inspecting a 209-year-old Scottish lighthouse and found a message that went back 132 years. Yeah. Ross is a mechanical engineer. He removed some panels in a cupboard at the Corswell Lighthouse, spotted a bottle hidden inside the wall. Russell and the team used some rope and a broom handle to fish the bottle out of its hiding place and opened it with the current lighthouse keeper, Barry. The team said the cork was stuck in place, had to be carefully removed using a drill. Barry said, we all swore ourselves to silence if it was a treasure map. Nope, no treasure map. It was a note dated September 4th, 1892, bearing the names of the 3 engineers who had installed a light at the top of the lighthouse. Barry said it was so exciting. It was like meeting our colleagues from the past. It was actually like them being there. It was like touching them, like them being part of our team instead of just 4 of us being there. We were all sharing what they had written because it was tangible and you could see the style of their handwriting. You knew what they had done. You knew they had hidden in such a place that it wouldn't be found for a long, long time. The note reads, this lantern was erected by James Well engineer John Westwood Millwright, James Brody engineer, David Scott laborer of the firm James Milne and Son engineers during the months from May to September and relighted on Thursday night, 15th September, 1892. Russell said the plan was to put the bottle back into its original hiding place with a new message of their own. That's fun. We'll check back in 100 or so years to let you know what happens there. Fans at the University of Northern Iowa are enjoying a new member of the Panther Marching Band. It's Winnie the Dog. Winnie is a service dog for 20-year-old Gabby. Gabby joined the marching band earlier this year after transferring from a university that did not allow her to participate because of the dog. Gabby has loved the drums ever since she got a toy drum set back in the 2nd grade. She knew from then on she was going to be in band. Once she reached high school, she did it all. Pep band, jazz band, and of course, marching band. That previous university wouldn't let Winnie the Golden Retriever on the field, but apparently the University of Northern Iowa is a lot cooler than that other place. Winnie suffers from POTS, a chronic condition that causes an abnormally rapid heart rate when standing up from a sitting position. The diagnosis in 2023 interfered with her senior year of high school. Gabby said there was a point where I couldn't stand up without passing out. It was really draining mentally and physically. I didn't experience my senior year of high school because of all this. Gabby fought for 6 months to get her diagnosis. Once she could start walking on her own again, she knew she needed a service dog to help her. Winnie the Dog is trained to alert Gabby if her heart rate gets too high and alert others if she needs help. She goes everywhere with Gabby, even on the field during halftime of football games. Gabby says, without Winnie, I don't think college would even be possible. White smoke. The path to a new pope explores humanity's most elaborate and secretive transfer of power, a process now unfolding following the death of Pope Francis. This series reveals the hidden rituals, ancient traditions, and behind-the-scenes drama of papal transition. As the Catholic world enters this solemn period of mourning and anticipation, join us in witnessing how the Church has perfected this sacred process over 2,000 years, and what happens in these crucial days when the throne of St. Peter stands empty. White Smoke brings listeners inside the conclave that will determine who will succeed Pope Francis and lead the Church into its next chapter. White Smoke, wherever you get your podcasts.
You can get this podcast completely ad-free right now. If you're on Apple, just click the banner that says Uninterrupted Listening, and you'll get your first month free. If you use Spotify or other podcast players, go to caloroga.com/plus. It's just $5 a month, and you'll get access to over 20 premium shows with no interruptions. Binge listen to new series like the political thriller Acting President, Signal Lost, where military secrets land on the wrong phone, and Pager Protocol, the thriller about exploding pagers in the wrong hands. Plus, enjoy daily shows like Palace Intrigue about the royal family, daily comedy news, and 5 daily trivia questions to test your knowledge, and White Smoke, taking you behind the scenes at what's happening right now at the Vatican. You also get all our hot shows like 5 good news stories. Enjoy your favorite content without any ad breaks. Remember, Apple users click the Uninterrupted Listening banner for your free first month, and everyone else head to caloroga.com/plus. Get ad-free listening today.
Good news for some orphaned bears. They've been released back into the wild after being rehabbed. The cubs were found in separate incidents. During rehabilitation, the cubs were kept isolated from humans and fed a specialized diet to prepare them for hibernation. They were released in areas where they're less likely to encounter humans or become roadkill. There are 5 of them. They spent the summer at Colorado Parks and Wildlife Department's Rehab Center. The Frisco Creek Wildlife Rehab Center in Del Norte says there's no talking allowed near bear pens, and the bears never see a person feeding them. They get a feed diet as well as natural foods such as berries and dead fish from a hatchery. As they grow, they're moved into larger pens with more rehab bears. As the weather changes, steps are taken to prepare the bears for denning, and their diet is switched to high sugar and no protein. I think I'm on that diet. Kara, the spokesperson, said we decrease the feeding as the year goes on to mimic the conditions in the wild and encourage their bodies to go into hibernation. When they're ready to hibernate, we release them into the wild so they're able to build their own dens. And those are your 5 good news stories for today. If you enjoy the program, tell a friend about it. They might like it too. If you would like the program without commercial interruption, if you're on Apple Podcasts, click that banner there. It'll explain to you how it works. If you're not on Apple, there's a link in the show notes. You have an awesome day.